Today, we go over Luke Skywalker in Star Wars The Last Jedi. This is Mike Zero here once again. If you guys are new here to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, it is greatly appreciated. Today, I wanted to go over Luke's philosophy in The Last Jedi, and the big line from the teaser trailer, "It's time for the Jedi to end." So, my hypothesis is that he's discussing the Order. So, to be more exact, it's the ideal opportunity for the Jedi Order as we've known it to end. After some time, religious gatherings frequently float miles far from what they were initially planned to be. Maybe that is the thing that occurred with the Jedi. When Order 66 was issued, the Jedi had, to a great degree, nearsighted perspective of the world, both dark and light, black and white, can't do this, can't do that, Jedi are this, Jedi are not this. That, from various perspectives, made issues. I trust it added to Anakin's fall. Maybe the same happened to his grandson, Ben Solo. The world is not high contrast. There's a huge amount of dark. Maybe the Jedi Order had lost its way by finished codification. Furthermore, Luke, whose learning of the Order was restricted to what he had been educated by Yoda and Obi-Wan, needed to discover for himself from the first sources. Particularly, after the fall of his nephew. Now, this would clarify why he's at the old Jedi Sanctuary. He found the genuine idea of the Jedi. It's likely not all great, there's some dull blended in, yet it's the genuine nature. Now furthermore, in view of that, Luke settled on a choice. It's the ideal opportunity for an end. However, just to begin, something new. In my own figure, in view of the general tone of the trailer and what little we were aware of Luke's post-Return of the Jedi story up until now, is that, well, after Ben Solo, Kylo Ren, killed every one of his students, Luke didn't begin once again preparing new Jedi. He sought refuge. What's more, it might be that he trusts the presence of Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren are the cause for him to blame himself, since he prepared his nephew, however, didn't legitimately, set him up to the allurements of the dark side. Very much similar to that of Obi-Wan when he blamed himself for Anakin's fall. Now, yes, Luke is effective. He could apparently confront Ren and thrash him, yet he has picked not to do that. He remained in isolation. So the reality of the situation may prove that the motion picture begins off with not just Luke preparing Rey, but rather with Rey convincing Luke to get off his can and get back in the diversion. In the event that Rey just shows up and Luke prepares her, at that point, well, she's Luke and she's Yoda, and this is pretty much, a retelling of both Luke and Yoda on Dagobah. So to mix things up, they really could do something where, Rey actually is trying to convince Luke Skywalker. Now, be that as it may, if Luke declines to prepare her and Rey needs to get him past his mopey seclusion, at that point, that is an altogether different story. That, well, than the one that we've already seen in Empire Strikes Back. If we look back at The Force Awakens, he doesn't appear to be so happy to see Rey. He doesn't appear to have been sitting tight for her and waiting for her arrival. The entire film essentially tells us that Luke Skywalker doesn't want her here, essentially at the very end of The Force Awakens. So, my hypothesis, cobbled from other fan speculations and ordnance out there, is that, well, what Luke implies by saying it's time for the Jedi to end is that, well, as a matter of first importance, he's totally shell-shocked and disappointed. After the demise of Yoda in Episode 5, or should I say Episode 6, Luke maintained Yoda's order of proceeding on the Jedi custom. After the thrashing of the Empire, Luke reassembled the Jedi Order. His nephew, Ben Solo, child of both Han and Leia, ended up plainly one of his understudies. Now, tragically, with control from Supreme Leader Snoke, Ben tumbled to the dark side and moved toward becoming Kylo Ren. So taking a gender at it, from Luke's point of view, he seems fizzled. His dad, Anakin, tumbled to the dark side, yet he could reclaim him. Yet now, once more, another Skywalker has fallen. Along these lines, therefore, Luke needed to assess how he was instructing the Jedi standards, and now looks like whether the Jedi lessons were suitable, in any case, since Kylo Ren's fall Luke has gone to Ahch-To, looking for the Jedi Temple, prone to inquire about more established lessons of the Force and the Jedi. And that about wraps things up for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the content for today, and if you did, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.